Yay, here we go. It is Monday night, 8 p.m., and we are ready for another Facebook live broadcast. And tonight we are going to talk about decision making. So we are going to take like 2 more minutes. It's not top of the hour yet, just to make sure people can jump in, take a seat, grab something to drink, a pad and a pen, and get ready for a power hour. Hello, everybody. Just come in and say hi so I know that you can hear me and everything's clear. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Facebook Live. We are going to talk about decision making tonight. Hi, Bertje. Welcome to the broadcast. Oh, it's there already? Okay. So, if you want to have this workbook for tonight, I prepared this for you. Just type the word workbook in the chat box. Workbook in the chat box. Comment box. In the comment box. Just type the word workbook and you receive this in your messenger box so you can download it. And it takes a couple of minutes to, before you get it. So be a little patient. I know one of my biggest challenges. Be a little patient and you'll get there, okay? Just type the word workbook and you will get this beautiful workbook. It's like 6 pages full of graphics, lines, so you can write on them. And you can follow tonight's teaching about decision making. So, hi everybody, welcome to the Facebook Live broadcast. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you want to invest in yourself in this next coming hour. And decision making is a very big topic when it comes to changing your life. And of course, heading for the right direction. I think that is important. When I talk to people, and I talk to people a lot, they say like it's hard to make decisions. It's tough. We are afraid to make decisions. And of course, when we make decisions, we doubt ourselves because we're not really sure if we made the right decision. And then we end up in this roundabout, with like 86 exits. You're just on the roundabout and you don't know what to do. You don't know what exit to take. Because if you take that exit, is it going to be the good exit? Is this going to bring you to the desired destination? And, decision making is tough. And I know, hi from Zagreb. Hello, hi from Reti, Belgium. Nice to see you guys. Hey, welcome to the call once more. I'm happy that you're here. We're going to talk about decision making, as I just said. If you want this workbook, just type the word workbook in the comment box and you'll get this in your messenger box. And then you can download it and then you have these pages, to follow this tonight's broadcast. Also, if you watch this later, you can always type the word workbook in the comment box, and then you will get this workbook in your messenger box. All right? That's about the last time I'm going to say it now, because we are going to start this teaching. So I started slowly by saying it's tough to make decisions. We're afraid to make decisions. What if we way too long? What if we do it too intuitively or too enthusiastically maybe? And then, we're afraid that we make the wrong decisions and then we think we are going to lose. Sounds familiar? It certainly did for me. And the main thing is, how did you learn to make decisions? If you look at your parents, for instance, or your best friends at school back in the days, or maybe you're still at school, and you see how they made decisions, chances are very, very big that you do exactly the same, right? And of course, if I would ask you, how did your parents make decisions? Probably, first of all, you have to think a whole way back. And second, you're probably not conscious about it. You don't know that really. You will really have to dig deep into certain, experiences and stories. And even then, that is colored by your own personal perspective. So it's not easy to say, how did you learn to make decisions? What we can say is, were you allowed to make decisions? That's another question. And even today, I meet a lot of people who were never allowed to make the decisions that they really wanted. So, for instance, if I have a live audience and I ask them, so who of you was able to choose the profession or the education that they really wanted? And who did not? Like, I still know people, my generation especially, where, people say, I was not allowed to make the decisions I wanted. I could not study what I wanted. For instance, I know a friend, she said, I wanted to become a hairdresser. I really loved hair and I loved makeup and I wanted to get into, the beauty and the cosmetics industry. And she was not allowed from her parents because one of her parents was a lawyer. And, you should go to university and you should get a degree. You should get, some college or university education. And otherwise, that would not be good enough. And then, of course, later on, life takes revenge, right? And then she said, like, no, now I'm going to follow my heart. Once she entered into our academy, she was so miserable as a lawyer, because she never chose that profession. She never wanted that. Some other people I know don't live in the house where they want to live because, they inherited the house maybe from grandma and now they're living in that house and it just doesn't feel right. It's something like, it doesn't really, make a match. And I think that the biggest transition I ever saw among my clients, which was amazing, he was a chemist. This person, he was a man and he worked, I have to think back now, you see me thinking. He was working in a huge chemical factory close to Antwerp for years and years and years. And he was really, really good at his profession, really good. But he just didn't like the job. And, when he entered in our academy, the first question was, so what do you want? And he says, I don't know. So after a few months, weeks probably, not months, but weeks, I remember we had a live gathering. The thing I miss so much right now. We had a live meeting, and he comes up to me and he says, I know what I want, but I have to start over completely. I say, so tell me, come on, share your dream with me. It's one of the most privileged moments as a coach. Share your dream with me. And he said, I want to become a ballet dancer. I want to become a musical star. And I was like, really? Oh my gosh, from chemical industry, the chemical factory, where he was an engineer, by the way, making great money, very sure about not only the money, but also, the job in itself, now wanted to be on stage and perform. And this is what he did. Well, I have to go into the camera. This is what he did. This is what he really did. He started his new education and he started performing slowly. And now I see him, and of course, now nobody's traveling the world, but I see him really doing great stuff, and I'm so proud of him. So don't tell me that it's not possible, because I have thousands, of examples that I can tell you. And of course, this guy it was just amazing. It was such a big transition. Can you imagine his father's face? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to give up your job to become a musical star? And that profession is not secure. And anyway, the whole BS train passed by. But he did it. He made a decision. So tonight we are going to talk about the biggest pitfalls. Like, what are the big booby traps? that we all face, that we all encounter because, decision making is pretty hard. If you never learned it to do the right way, it is hard. Now, Monday, my mentor tells me, and this is early in my years, this is like maybe 13 years ago, I'm on this teaching call and he says, you can recognize aware people by the way they make decisions. And I'm like, really? Okay, come on. Give me the insights. Give me the puzzle, give me the formula. I want to know. And he says, yeah, people who are aware, who are awake in life, they make decisions just like this. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want. Because I was always the person doubting my decisions. I was the one, running on the roundabout with 86,000 exits and didn't know what to do. That was me. So I wanted the formula. And the formula is pretty simple, but not easy to do because it involves us. Right? It involves our thinking and our feelings, and that is what is hard. Okay? So let's dive into this, guys, and let's take a look. First of all, I need to ask you a question. Are you on the steering wheel of your car in life? Are you in charge of your own life? Because if you are not, you are living someone else's life. And what do I mean? If we look at the car as a metaphor, right? And the journey, the route that you see here with this beautiful bridge in the background, if we take that as a metaphor, now some of you people drive on the other side, so you will have to flip the picture around, right? But it's really about, are you driving? Because the person driving his or her life is the person in charge. It is the person that sets the GPS at a certain destination. And that is very important because you got to have a destination. Because most people just copy paste and copy paste and copy paste their days. Day in, day out. They do exactly the same because they have a system, and we'll get to that today. They have a system in their subconscious mind that drives their car, right? In other words, coming back to the metaphor, the GPS system is always set on the same destination, namely the day of today. Today's day, If I look at people's life, if I look at my life, it's pretty full. It's like an egg. It is full with destinations, with places to go, with people to visit, with tasks to do. And every day we copy paste that day in the other day. So the most challenging part here is there room for decision making? Because if you're not in charge completely, and of course, I know that you need to discuss some things with your co-pilot, yeah? Your co-pilots in life, it's your family, it's your spouse. Of course, you discuss certain destinations, but you need to have a vision, and now there's this word again, you need to have the vision where to go to. Because otherwise, you're just on the passenger seat, you can read a book, you can text your friends, you can do whatever you want to do, but you are not in charge of your life. If you don't have a vision for your life, if I ask you this question, where do you see yourself in exactly 1 year? If you can tell me that, you don't have a vision. If I ask you the question, where do you see yourself in 3 years' time? If you can tell me that, you don't have a vision. And that's the very first thing we need to work on because we need to set the GPS. Are you with me? Okay? So what do you want? Decision making is extremely hard if you don't know what you want. Because what are you going to choose? I mean, there are gazillions things that you can choose, but you will never know if that is the right thing. You need a vision, right? And the vision comes from powerful coaching questions such as, what is important for you? What gives you life? What gives you passion and energy? Most people cannot answer this question because they never give it a second thought. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I do what I'm good at. Yeah, so did the guy in my example. You know, the chemist, it did what he was really good at. He was, first in his class, got a job immediately, one of the biggest factories in Antwerp. He was so certain of the job. He was a very good engineer, everything you want, and miserable because, oh yeah, I can do this really good, so I need to stick to that. No, you don't have to stick to that. You can reset your GPS, but you need to come up with a destination. You cannot type into the GPS, whatever. Where do you want to go? Whatever. What you choose, exactly. And now you give your power away again to the person at the steering wheel. Do you see my metaphor? So the first thing, guys, I want you to think about is, where do you see your life in 1 year's time? Let's start there. And it's very powerful to give it a couple of weeks' time, to digest it, to mold it into form. It is not something that, all of a sudden, hocus pocus, there it is. No, it needs time. It needs energy. It needs attention. It needs love, right? If you start the question with vision, I don't know. Yeah, you will never find it, okay? It's really about, no, what would my best life look like in any area of your life? Because decision making is not something job only. It is relationship based. We have to make decisions for our health. We have to make decisions for our finances. We have to make decisions for the people we want to hang out with, friends, the place where we want to live. How do we want to decorate it? The car you drive. There's like 1,000 things to decide. And the person who knows, and here's a big line now, the person who knows what he wants knows how to make decisions. The person who doesn't know what he wants has a very hard time to make decisions because the decisions are leading nowhere. The decisions are leading exactly to the life they have right now. Hey, and if you are happy with your life right now and you say, yeah, copy paste my days, I'm super happy with that, right on. Awesome. Then stay with your decision making. If there are areas in your life where you say, oh, no way, I want to change things about me. I want to change things about my health, about my job, about my business, about my employees, about my leadership, about my money, about, working out, about so many things, my relationship, my children, the family. Then there is really, the first thing you need to know is, okay, where are we heading? What's the GPS set on? Okay, so I know this comes with a limiting belief, and the limiting belief says, yeah, but you don't have to exaggerate that. If you know more or less what you want, that's already great. No, that's not great, and that's not enough. You really have to know exactly what you want. And then you're able to make the decisions in your life. So who is making decisions? You or somebody else? Okay? That's the first thing. Now, the second thing I want to show you is, why is this decision making so difficult, right? We are on page 2, guys. And decision making, and now you can draw with me. If you don't have this, type the word workbook in the chat box, and you will get this into your messenger box. Takes a few minutes. You can download it and you can follow the broadcast. So why is decision making so hard? How come? Well, I started this episode by saying probably somebody else made the decisions for you, and you never had a strategy to make decisions, how to make decisions, okay? So, since we all live in this world and we are surrounded by so many people, and it is our environment that shaped us, a lot of information was coming into your mind. This is your mind, and this is your body. We see that the mind is divided in two pieces. We have the conscious mind, which refer also to IQ, and we have the subconscious mind, where we refer also to EQ, emotional intelligence, right? Now, we need to know that 7% of all the decisions we make every day is made by the conscious mind. Only 7%. It's hilarious, right? So 93% of all the decisions we make every day is made by the subconscious mind. How come? Because the subconscious mind is the programmed mind. It's the habitual mind, right? It's the mind where your belief systems lie. And it's the mind that is our GPS system in life. So when the GPS system subconsciously, it means you're not aware of it, subconsciously says, do this, do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, and you do 1,000 things every day, and you're not aware of it, it's your subconscious mind that is on the steering wheel. Okay? So here lies a program. A program that was installed, probably the main part of it, between the 1st and the 8th year on this planet. Between the 1st and the 8th year that you spend time on this planet, most of your decision making is already installed in your subconscious mind. How come? Well, all this information that comes from the outside world, from our parents, from our grandparents, from our teachers, from our boyfriends, girlfriends, from the government, from society, right? That's all environment. I will write it. Environment. Okay? That's all environment. So your environment brought you some ideas that went straight to your subconscious mind, because as a young child, you didn't have the power or the ability to reject it. Today, I teach my students that they have the power and the ability to accept, neglect, or reject any idea. And that's important in decision making, because most of us were trained to accept any idea. Now, once the subconscious mind is built, and that's around, the age of 20, we have now a set of belief systems and principles that we love and that we cherish. And we think it is ours. It's our belief system. It's our map of the world. It's how we see ourselves, other people, the world, and the whole universe. And now we have this set of systems, the program that is running our mind. And of course, the program makes sure that we always do the same thing. But if we always do the same thing, we always get the same results. And that's frustrating, guys, because we're not meant to have the same results. We are meant to grow. We are meant to, to evolve and to create better and better and better results. That is what this world is made of. That's where the universe is made of. We are living in an expanding universe that expands extremely rapidly, very rapidly. And so do we Only if we hold back and we protect this system and we are going to live by it, we copy paste and copy paste and copy paste every day into the next day, and nothing changes. Are you with me? Okay? So the problem lies in the subconscious mind. And that is why it is so hard to make the decisions. Because every time we want to make a new decision, the subconscious mind says, no, 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 no. Remember last time when you did that? That was not the smartest thing to do. Remember 10 years ago? Remember last week? And the subconscious mind, of course, is a very strong mind. It is about inactivity 40,000 times bigger than your conscious mind. And the number one purpose for your subconscious mind is keeping everything the same. Your heartbeat the same, your blood flow the same, your body temperature the same, the way you grow your hair the same, the way you digest your food the same. That's also a task of the subconscious mind. Now, it's a different type of mind that is laying in the back of your brain. When we talk about belief systems, it's in the heart, really in the center of your brain, your limbic brain, and that brain is now programmed. And we know that it is programmed because if I could look under your skull and I dig into your brain and I look into your brain and I really look closely with a microscope, I can see tiny, 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 tiny wires. And these wires are all connected, just like the electricity in the room, in the house. And you know what runs through these wires? Ideas, concepts, thoughts, So if we don't come up with anything new in our life, always the same wires connect. The same neurological wires connect, and nothing new comes from it. And that is in one way to protect you. So you don't have to think how to breathe. You don't have to think how to put on your shoes. And that's a good thing. On the other hand, the subconscious mind will do everything to keep your life the same. But that's not the purpose of life. And that's not the purpose of the crown jewel here of your thinking, which is the conscious mind. So the first thing I do in my programs is I educate my people to understand what happens in their mind. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind have two completely different tasks. And only if you put them in the right order, your life will evolve. Most people believe their subconscious mind before they believe their conscious mind. Now, that's a big mistake because the conscious mind has a connection with the field, the energy field that we can download ideas from. Some people say, oh my God, I got this amazing idea. Wonder where that came from. I know where it came from. It came from that energy field that we live in and what everything is made of that we call the universe. Some people call this the divine matrix, right? It's an energy field. We know that already since the early 1900s. Einstein said, everything's made of energy, period. The physical world is just this tiny little speck, and all the rest is just energy. Newton back in the days thought it was nothing. And then later they said, it's air. It's much more than air. It's energy. So you can tap into those frequencies and download ideas. And then these ideas come on the screen of your conscious mind as a dream. And then people say, well, but you cannot trust your dreams. You have to trust your dreams because this is the first way, the vision is the first step to your future. Okay, everybody with me? So the conscious mind, the idea comes first. If that idea feels good, we keep it. If an idea doesn't feel good, we skip it. We neglect it. But what most people do, and I will show you in a better graphic just in a bit, is they believe they're programming first. And they will always fight to keep the programming. And that's why people don't change. And that's why people cannot make decisions, because they believe their programming. Okay? So, what makes decision making so difficult? We are programmed to make decisions. And we make decisions in a certain way. And if that way doesn't match the programming, we don't do it. All right? So then, pitfall number 1, you doubt what you want. And that's a big pitfall. As I said already, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because we have 4 to cover, and it's already almost half 2030. So I have to speed up a little bit. But you have to know what you want, and you doubt what you want. Now, let me give you a beautiful insight here, okay? There's Virgin Stickman again. Now I can draw again. So, how do you know what you want? I think that's the primary question here, okay? What is the first thing is how in our mind do we know what voice to trust? How do we know that a good decision, an idea is a good decision or a bad decision? Yes, I think that's really important to know. Well, first of all, the moment you think you have to make a decision, it means that you have oh, wait a second, I have to put another layer. The moment you are thinking about making a decision, the first thing is you have now an idea in your conscious mind. You know it, you can see it on the screen of your mind, okay? We are going to renovate our kitchen. This is going to be a huge project for next spring. It's going to take months. But after 30 years, it's about time. So we make the decision to renovate the kitchen, okay? So it means that we have to come up with an idea. What do we want? What do we want? There are so many possibilities. So now the exploration starts, right? Well, how do you know if you make the good decision? There's only one way to know it. It's by your heart. You can draw a heart. Can you see that? In the subconscious mind. It is by feeling tone that you will know if a decision is right, yes or no. You probably heard the question, what do I need to follow? My head or my heart? Did you ever hear that? What do I need to follow? My head or my heart? Now, if we look at the stick person, the way he's drawn right now, this is head. And this is heart. Okay? What people are saying is, what part of me do I need to follow? My conscious mind or my subconscious mind? And the question is, yes. Both. A part of both. First of all, you have to come up with the new idea. The idea, as I told you in the beginning of this broadcast, is what do I want? The next thing is, do I love that idea? And that is like intuition. It's an intuitive feeling, right? And you say, yeah, it feels good, but. Yeah, it feels good, but. Okay? I'm going to take this away because this is old news and nothing good comes from this. Now, when people say, yeah, it feels good, but, it means that they are fighting with their programming. And now I'm writing this programming here as a big black X in the subconscious mind. This is your program. And I just told you, the program's purpose is what? To keep everything the same. So the programming will always argue with you and say that it's a bad decision. But I teach my students, if the heart, oh, not in black, please. If the heart says, yeah, if the feeling tone is positive, I say, go ahead. If you like the idea and that idea feels positive, it feels, you got to do it. You don't argue with the program. Why don't you argue with the program? The program is old news, guys. It's there forever, since the day you were born. It's old news. But most people trust the program before they trust their own hearts, their own feeling tones. And that's a big mistake. Another thing is people think that if they choose something, they're going to miss out on something else. And that is not true. This is an N universe. This is not an or universe. This is an N universe. We have to learn that we can have it all. We really, we can have it all. Yes, you can have it all. And if there's something better than the thing that you have now, then you can have that. There are no limitations in this universe, okay? Then pitfall number 2. Oh yeah, this is a really great one. You postpone the decision. So although this feels good, and the program is nagging you, right? And that's why people lay loud awake, at night. La, la, la. Should I not? Should I not? Should I not? And now subconscious mind is in a big fight. I will show you a different graphic so you will understand completely. Repetition is the mother of all skills, guys. Okay? So people, although it feels good, they postpone a decision. Because then they think, if I don't make a decision, I'm winning. I'm not losing anything, I'm winning. So I'm going to take as long as possible and not make the decision. And guess what? You are trading the steering wheel again. If you don't make the decision, there are leaders in this world who make decisions like this because they have a vision. And people with visions make decisions. Oh, that's a good quote. Tomorrow on Instagram. People with visions make decisions, quick decisions, because they have a vision. They know what they want. And everything which is in alignment with that vision is what they will decide upon. Now, if you don't have a vision and you doubt yourself and you lack the self-confidence to trust your heart and to trust the idea, you're going to postpone it. And then somebody else jumps in and makes the decision. Another thing I see very frequently, because we talk to a lot of people who want to change their lives, of course, want to improve their life, they make the decision. In one moment, they're certain. Yes, this is what I want. Yes, it feels good. Yes, this is what I want. Yes, this feels good. And then 3 minutes later, this little bitch pops up. Sorry for my words, but that is really what it is, right? And says, what did you do now? Are you out of your mind? Oh my God, I cannot believe you did this. This is so stupid. And then people follow the program and they shoot their dream. They come back to the decision and they decide again according to their programming. The person is not evolving, nothing new comes from it, and we're copy-pasting our days again, just like before. You see that? Now, when you make a decision, I know you're going to be scared. Of course, we are going to invest loads of money in not only the kitchen and the windows, everything has to be renewed. It's a huge project. Of course, it is, it's a challenging thing. But we know that this is the only reason why we are scared. It's old news. So although you feel that, because this is a subconscious mind, this is a feeling tone, right? It's a negative emotion. The emotion of fear is a negative emotion. And the emotion says, oh, no, don't do it. It's going to be too much money. Oh, no, you know how much dust this is going to bring. And you are going to live so in your basement for 4 months and blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at this voice and saying, oh, you're such old news. Come on, go play outside. I don't need you here. Oh, you're wasting my time. And that is really what we need to understand. It is true understanding, guys. Through study, implement the study, understanding, dive into the reality and do it. And then you will know, okay? So pitfall number 3. Oh my God, I love this one. This is like my favorite pitfall. If I have to name one, I'm gonna change graphics now. It's a whole different graphic. It's one of my favorites, and actually nobody uses it because I drew it myself years and years ago. Okay, what people do is, they make decisions based on current circumstances. Okay? Now, first things first, I'm going to zoom this in so you can see this in a better way. Here we see trusted circumstances and results. In other words, this is your... wait a second. This is your life right now. Okay? And this is you here and now. Yes? So this is you. You are living here with a conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your little body, and you are living on this frequency and vibration. This is an energy level. This is your energy level. And your whole world, everything that you encounter, everything that you meet in your life, the people, the circumstances, opportunities, colleagues, every result in your life. It says reaction. You can write here result. Okay, it's the same. Every result in your life is a reflection of this way of thinking. Are you with me? In other words, everything we see in our life today is a reflection, because the universe is a mirror, is a reflection of our way of thinking today. So today's thinking, we're going to reverse this. Today's thinking creates these circumstances and results. Pretty obvious, guys. Yes? We've been talking about this up until now. But now, all of a sudden and out of the blue, you get these marvelous ideas and you want something different. And now you come up with a new idea. And you say, oh my God, I have a new idea. I'm going to draw it on the conscious mind. And I'm going to draw a little heart in your subconscious mind. Because now you are in love with a new idea. And you say, oh my God, if only this could be my life. It would be so fantastic. Yeah, we know what this is, right? Mostly when our subconscious mind is busy, cutting the lawn or driving the car, ironing, doing stupid shit, all of a sudden new ideas pop up. And then it feels good. And you start to dream. And then now you are living on a different energy level. Now, if you would stay on that energy level called there, you would create that life. That's why I'm here, to teach people how to create what they want, right? And of course, if you stay there long enough, not just one day dream and then fall back into your old habits. No, if we can hold that vision, if we can stir energy into that vision, if we can give passion and love to that vision, I know that you can manage to live on this frequency and vibration. Okay? I have techniques for that. By the way, I teach them in my academy. And then, yes, new circumstances and results will come from that. That's a law, guys. That's not Inge Rock, invention. That's a law. It's a universal law. Now, what is a huge mistake? Oh my God, I think you're gonna laugh now. I have to drink first. I have to make it a little suspension here. What do people do all the time? And I see it everywhere. They say, if my results and circumstances change now or tomorrow or in a month, if it's conditional. Do you see that? That's a conditional word. If my circumstances of today change, I will make the decision. No, it's impossible. It's just not possible because it's never gonna happen. This is reverse thinking. These results are an effect. I'm gonna write it. Oh my God, I love this teaching so much. These results here and circumstances are an effect of your today's thinking. It cannot change before you make a decision. It just cannot change. You cannot say, if my results of today change, then I'll do something, or then I'll make the decision. People say, if my results of today change, then I will make the decision. No, you will make the decision, and here you are going to see new results and circumstances. It's the opposite around. This is the law of cause and effect, by the way. It's one of the most important universal laws there exist, is the law of cause and effect. And I see people reverse that. They say, if this changes, I'm going to do that. No. When you decide, this is the decision, yeah? When you decide that you are going to live on this level of life, you are going to create those results. So please, guys, please, never ask your current circumstances for advice and for permission. You just can't. If most people do that, they ask their current people, circumstances, bank accounts, level of energy, health, you name it. They ask these circumstances, please, can I make the decision? It's not right. It's the law of cause and effect reversed. First, you make a decision by your vision and by what feels good. And then you claim the decision. You stay with that decision. You hold that vision. And then your life will change. Don't worry. This broadcast stays on my Facebook page. You can review it 10,000 times if you want. And I know that you have to hear this more than once. It is amazing teaching. It is powerful beyond words. People who want to evolve, who have a vision, who want to create something new in life, it doesn't matter what, it really doesn't matter what. They don't look at their current circumstances. They don't ask permission at their these circumstances, because they know that these circumstances are made in the past with past level thinking. Maybe an hour ago, maybe yesterday, maybe a month ago, maybe a year ago. It's past time thinking, okay? Because this is an effect, it's not a cause. And people say, I cannot make the decision because it is not a cause. It's an effect. Yes. Oh, I love this so much. So, regardless the circumstances, you make a decision from what feels good. Period, end of story, and you stick to it. You claim it and you say, this is my decision, I stick to it. And please don't put your decisions on the altar of approval. Nobody has to approve if your decisions were good, yes or no. By the way, nobody can tell you if what you want is doable, yes or no. Nobody. Don't ask anybody for permission. The only person where you can discuss these decisions is, of course, your loved one, your family, because I hope that you are going to encounter your family in your vision, right? Otherwise, it's going to be a lonely ride. But second, you can talk to a mentor who has been where you want to go. That's it. And who knows the route, who knows the challenges. Yes, but you can't ask anybody, because anybody you ask will always give their point of view, but it's their life. It's not even your life. All righty? Yes? Okay, we are going to move forward, guys, and go to the next graphic. Okay, where are we? Pitfall number 4. Taking into account what are the things of the decision. I was already starting teaching that. We ask advice to anybody, mostly people that we know and we love and we trust, right? People we know well, people we like, people we trust. We ask advice. The question is, are these people qualified to give you the best advice? Do they know these insights? Do they know how results come to pass? Probably not. So you better ask, a good coach who is going to coach you and drag the answers out of you because you have the answers for everything. Or you can ask a mentor who has been where you want to be. Period, end of story. All other people are not qualified to ask advice. Only people with specialized knowledge, right? If you need specialized knowledge, yes, okay. But your father, your mother, your brother, your girlfriend, are they qualified? Your boss, your colleague? I'm not sure. If they have never been where you want to go, it's not the right people to ask, okay? So people ask, what should you do? What should I do? What should I do? What would you do? What should I do? What would you do? What should I do? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Only people who have been where you want to go, or your coach. And by the way, the first coach who tells you what to do, fire him or her. Coaches never tell you what to do. Mentors can tell you what to do because you choose them to be your mentor, right? I'm very careful who I take as my pupil, because I'm not mentoring everybody, really not. Because I need to see that person has the right attitude, has potential, and wants to go where I want to go. Okay, I'm pretty picky there because I trade my energy, my hours, and it better counts, right? So be careful when you ask people, what would you do? because 9 out of 10, it's not going to be the right thing they answer you. They only say things from their perspective. Okay, now I got to tell you, making a decision is going to take you out of your comfort zones. The reason why it is hard to make decisions is because you need to leave the comfort zones. Now, this was you up until now, okay? Most people cherish their programs. That's why there's a heart around the programming. Remember the programming? Yes? This is program. And we know that we were making decisions according to that program. And so this is a typical comfort zone situation. The programming gives always the same ideas. These people only allow ideas that are in harmony, in alignment with the programming. They always do the same things. They always get the same results. The results give them feedback. Oh, you see, it's always the same. La, 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 la. This is comfort zone. Nothing good. Nothing. Actually, it's a very wrong word. Comfort zone, because nothing good comes from it. It's not that comfortable, honestly. Okay, and if you stay too long in your comfort zone, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt you badly. Yeah, because the universe is going to kick you out. Now, here is you. You come to these calls, to these broadcasts, because your soul is awake. Your soul is telling you, I had enough waiting. I'm waiting for thousands of years for you to decide something new. It's time that you get your programming out of the way and that you start to live by your heart, by your soul feeling, right? So then the next thing happens. Now we come up with this Y-type idea. Oh, a new idea, a new vision, a new dream. Yay! And now, of course, here we feel oh, no, black heart. Please, please, please. And now we feel, the love for this idea. Yay! Now, in the meantime, the X is still there, right? The programming still exists. I don't have a razor to erase, the programming out of your subconscious mind. I have technique. Yeah, I have systems, but I don't have the eraser. So you now know that your idea is a good idea because you studied, because you understand what gut feeling and heart feeling means, and you have a desire. And now you're crashing against this wall of terror, the terror barrier. Because now at night, you start to worry and you are living in fear. Oh, I'm doing exactly the same. Excuse me, guys, I have to do something first. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay, I'm going to draw this little heart again. There you go. So now you know that you love the idea and you know that feeling tone, but the programming is still there. And now, you are crashing against these walls. So at night, you start to worry and you're living in fear and you don't know what to do. Now, most people, as I told you in the decision making, they run right back to the comfort zone. Because they say, no. They listen to the voice of fear instead of the voice of love. But for me, love is way more natural than fear. We need to learn to trust our own hearts, guys. That's our best GPS we have. It's our heart. We have to trust this idea with this heart-centered feeling, love, compassion, passion, desire, a burning desire. So we can do this. crash through the wall of fear, okay? And do it afraid. Do it afraid. You know, most people let them hold back by the fear. So the fear wins. And if the fear wins, woo, they run back to the comfort zone. People who are awake, aware in life, they do it afraid. And my mentor always said, just do it afraid. Inge, just do it afraid. Because the feeling of fear that we feel in our body is old news. You know, the feeling of fear is just telling you, hey, somebody's leaving the comfort zone. Yoo-hoo! You know, that is what it is. But fear is not meant to withhold you or withdraw you from your desires, from your dreams. Now, there are two types of fear. I talked about that in formal lessons. You have fear to warn you because something bad is coming. Fear can save you from a car accident, for instance, right? That is the reptile fear. It's really something extremely old in our oldest brain that keeps us alive when we are in danger. But now we are not talking about this. We are talking about evolution, which is completely natural, which is very almost mandatory, I would say. It's necessary that we grow because the universe is growing and expanding. And you cannot expect the whole universe to grow and to expand and say, yeah, everything but not me. That is not natural. We were programmed not to grow. We were programmed to protect what is familiar. We were programmed to protect what we have, because otherwise we wouldn't know what we could lose, you know? We were programmed that way. That is not who we are. Our soul says, please let me out. Let's do something fun for a day, you know? And don't look at the circumstances. That's, for me, it's capital teaching. Because circumstances were made in the past. The physical evidence that you see that we call results and circumstances were made with past level thinking. Now, if you always copy your days, you think that your circumstances and your results have to be like that and have to stay like that. And that's why people have such a hard time to let go, especially this time of the year. Oh my gosh, it's fall. Oh my gosh, it's very sad period in the year, because now the leaves are dropping, leaves are falling from the trees, and it's so sad, and it's raining all the time. Have you been in the forest lately? It is beautiful. I meet 1,000 times different types of mushrooms. I'm completely, big mushroom now, a fan now, because I see them in the woods, and it shows me the riches of the earth. Now we have all these nuts, and I'm not talking people, I'm talking the nuts falling from the trees, the fruits. Life is bringing forth results. You have all these raspberries and blueberries now, and it is so rich. If you look at nature, shows us so much. And yes, at the same time, the leaves are falling from the trees, and we are mourning because, oh, and now it's going to be winter, and the saddest, is it going to be sad? No, we are preparing for the next cycle of life. The tree doesn't whine because it's losing its leaves. It's necessary, because it makes room for new results. Can you imagine that we go into the woods and we try to glue every leaf back to the tree? Oh my God, oh, poor tree is losing the leaves. Oh no. Can you imagine the trees whining? Oh, please, no, I cannot let go of my leaves and my acorns and maroons and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I let myself go a little bit. Guys, I hope you liked tonight's teaching. You see how passionate I am about this. I don't know if there are questions. By the way, for all Dutch speaking people, because I see there are quite some Dutch speaking people on the line here, I have a 2-day seminar coming up on October 24 and 25. It is called New Results. It's in Dutch. It's 2 days. If you go to ingerock.be from Belgium, BE/new results, you will find the link. And let me see if I can post that maybe. I can post it in Dutch, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not so good with all this technique. Anyway, October 24 and 25. Yeah. Oh, it was there. Look. Do you see in Dutch? ingerock.be/new results. That is where you can buy tickets. It's in Dutch, guys, 2 days, but feel free to jump in. So I think this is it. I'm going to come back next week, Monday, same place, same time. If you want to join, I will be on Facebook Live. I really hope that you liked this teaching. You can always review it on the Facebook Live page, of course. And I'm looking forward to see you next week. For people who have missed the workbook, you can still, although we are going to close this now, you can type the word workbook and you will find it. I don't know if there are any comments. Let me review some other things. Just go inside and feel what's right for you. Exactly, out of the comfort zone. That is where true life happens. Love your way of looking at it. That's what I live for, Natalie. That's what I live for. Okay, let me see if there are other questions that I missed. I started my own practice despite painful divorce with a narcissist. Just mindset reset and start over. Yes, you can always start over and let go of the past. Leave the past in the past. Let the death bury the dead, I always say. Use your inner strength and you can do anything you want. Mindset is everything. Thank you, Natalie, for this testimonial. That is so, so, so true. Okay. True love in somebody's life is a real contribution of all sides. Today, this is very difficult because women are looking for money. Well, Khalil, then you didn't find the right women yet, because not every woman is that. And I strongly advise that you let go of this limiting belief, because it is a limiting belief. If you say women are looking for money, it's a limiting belief, and guess what's going to happen? You are going to attract women who are looking for money. So make a list, my friend, of the ideal partner, and I promise you, she's already there. She's already there. All right, guys, I think we're good for tonight. Thank you for spending this time with me. I really had a great time, and I'm looking forward to see you next Monday. Have a lovely night, and see you soon. Bye-bye.